Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Factorio. We're on version 0.15, and before we get into anything for realsies today, we're going to run an experiment to answer a question once and for all about what is the correct 4-to-4 balancer. Or, not necessarily correct, but what is the minimum you need to do for a 4-to-4 balancer. This over here is the 4-to-4 balancer that is listed on the wiki and what I used initially. But when I was streaming, people said, no, you really don't need to do this. You can actually save a splitter by just doing something like this. But I've been seeing comments on YouTube, and I've gotten some emails and people saying, oh, this is still kind of unnecessary, or you've got to use this. This is the correct one. So I thought I'd run an experiment to do that. And while I was thinking about it, I thought, I propose that this may actually be, in fact, sufficient, which I think is something we even tried and ran for a while on some of our streamed Factorio gameplay. But again, you know, Twitch corrected me or corrected itself and said, no, that's wrong, you got to do this. As per usual, at any given time, whether we're talking about Twitch or YouTube, half the comments are wrong and half the comments are right. And I don't necessarily have the means to identify which is which. So we are going to actually run an experiment here and determine once and for all what is the minimum parts we need for a 4-to-4 balancer. And I actually wonder if it might simply be this, because think about it. What's going to happen, no matter what line you start from over here, you're going to go through two splitters. So you're going to send, let's say, like we're going to send here. So half of it is going to end up on this side. Half of it's going to end up on this side. And then this half that's on the left is going to be split in half again. So you're going to end up with a quarter here and a quarter here. And from this branch over here, the half that goes on the rightmost lane is going to get split here. So you're going to end up with a quarter here and a quarter here. So to me, that says we're going to get a quarter on every single output lane, without any more splitters at the end. So any extra splitters at the end seems to be unnecessary to me. And I think we did, again, I think we did actually end up using this for a little while, and then we were corrected halfway between, you know, this and that, and to do this and what. But I think this is actually all we need. So we're going to run this an experiment here. What I've got in each one of these chests, we've got 100 iron plates. We run it through these three variants of the 4x4 balancer, and they're going to sucked in over here. And the question is, at the end, are we going to get an even distribution of 25 plus or minus 1 or 2 plates just because of, you know, weird timing or whatever in each one of these chests? Let's find out. We're going to grab a big pole. Actually, I don't even need a big pole. I could just use a small one right over here, and everything will get wired up. Boom. Everything's going to start draining simultaneously, and we'll get to see what's what. I mean, all of them, in slightly different orders, visually seem to be using all 4 pathways with an even distribution. The timing ends up being slightly different just because of the extra shuffling around of different lines. But I believe this will be... I really do. Like, just looking at it logically and then thinking about the, you know, the splitting into half, then splitting into corners, this seems like it should be all. So any splitters after the underground should be unnecessary. 27, 25, 25... What? Apparently, this is a magic splitter. It generates 2 free plates for you. I think when I was messing around, I think I ended up overfilling my inventory at some point and canceling some construction jobs. And I think I may have left a couple of garbage plates on the line. That is almost certainly the case. But ignoring the 2 magic plates that showed up over here, probably because there's probably something sitting right here that I didn't notice that I could have cleaned up. I'm going to propose that this is a perfectly even split on all 3 variants of this. Whoops. No, that's not what I want to do at all. Stop. I want to grab a single one of these and confirm it once again, just to make sure, just to be 100% good. I know it looked like I dropped 96, but that's because it grabbed a chunk of it right away. There's nothing waiting over here. We should get a perfect split. So we can save some material by simply doing this, which means do I have a blueprint for this? No, I don't have a splitter blueprint going on right now because it would be with yellow belts and things, and it's like, first of all, it doesn't take me that long to plop down. I don't have robots anyway, and when I do get robots, I'm going to probably want to make red or even blue as my blueprint. Let's check this again, see if we magically got 2 free iron plates. No, we've got 25 in each and every one. So I would say that this conclusively proves... So a lot of people are saying, if I didn't do this, we weren't getting a proper balance. Well, that's clearly not true. What the more important point is, I don't even need this splitter over here. This is perfectly sufficient, so that's what we're going to do. I have an inventory that's full of crap here. I'm just going to, like, hand make some more blue inserters. Just an excuse to clear my inventory a wee bit. Okay, so what are we actually doing today? I don't remember. Oh, I can probably also dump some of these yellow components. I picked up all yellow just because it would be a little easier to watch things happen, but I don't actually want any of that going on. Okay. We were working on our circuitry stuff, and we were talking about train stuff for the plastic and whatnot. Yeah, that's it. My car's still over there, so I guess we're going to take a long hoof it over in that direction. We're still going to have to decide at some point if we're going to be busing the red circuits or not. You know, certainly it will make future construction a lot easier, but, you know, trains and stuff. We're still good on power, right? We're, like, still super good on power? Yeah, still super good. We'll probably want to do a little looky-do at the power situation after we set up our red circuits here, because we will be putting in more assemblers and whatnot, and that will use up a bit. Now, oh, wait. I'm overshooting here because... where are we going? Down here. Right. Because we need to get our plastic on something. We've got this set up here, which last time was like, oh, it's surprisingly easy to turn... Did I actually blueprint that? Yeah, I did. Good. To turn our T intersection into a 4-way. I thought for some reason it would be too tight and not work, but it seems to be okay. We still don't have all the little signals, like the chain signals that we're going to want, but that's fine. So let's go and get a train station here. I mean, I suppose I could move that signal, but this leaves more room for a little bit more plastic expansion. Let's actually go a little higher up over here. There we go. I like that. Boom. Down that way. Choo-choo. Grab you. Is it going to do the thing where it's a big pain in the ass? No, we got it. That's okay. That's okay. Excellent. And from here, actually, I think we might redraw this a bit. We'll see. Let me start from this side. Let me start from the top. And I'm not going to build a T intersection here. I'm going to assume that this is the end of this particular line. We might end up with a T here for the oil. Still haven't 100% figured out what we're going to do there. Push comes to shove, it's really easy to build a crap ton of underground pipes to, like, just shunt it somewhere else where we've got a little bit more space. And honestly, we might, yeah, like, we might want to do more processing of this. We could very easily... You know what? I keep talking about, like, oh, for robots, all we need is lubricants. I could just start producing lubricants, and I could just start producing electric engines and get our freaking robotics up. Do I have any chemical plants right now? It doesn't look like I do. But, I mean, it would be trivial easy to do that. Because it's literally just get up on the heavy oil. Do I have underground pipes? I do. Let's make a quasi, I guess, kind of a bus here for other oils. This one could be actually as long as we want. So yeah, I guess I could be doing the click and drag here that they added in. I think this is new in 0.15 to be able to do something like that. And then we could stick a bunch of these here because the lubricants just need the heavy oil to come in, and that's it. And all of a sudden we get lubricant production as long as we got any kind of power out here. Let's get a big pole there. Can we connect up? Yeah, good. I guess we're gonna have to go somewhere like that, and let's get some freaking lights up in here. Nighttime, so dark. Let's say something like, "Oh, it'll be nice when we get our night vision," but the green tint is also kind of weird. Doesn't necessarily make for good video. But there we go. Oh, I guess I could have put it on the top, actually, because we don't need that little connection there. So, I mean, we got lubricants, and then all of a sudden, like, electric engines is just regular engines plus green circuits. If anything else, I could just make them in place. There's nothing stopping me from like, just dumping a crate full of green circuits. So if we did this, I mean, just as a temporary, like, get started kind of thing, rotate you that way. Just put a little pole here, because what the heck, right? Like that. Put down a box, like so. That's the speed on this. 10 seconds, and it needs, yeah, like nothing. So a yellow inserter is going to be sufficient. We're going to dump a bunch of electronic circuits in there. And engines, which I have on me. I was pretty sure I picked up a bunch at some point. There they are. So I could make more trains and shit. See, and all of a sudden that's just working. And then we could put a little output chest over here. Because I believe I can make all the other robot parts in hand. Oh, we need batteries. Still, you know what? We'll start some dummy electric engine production, just so that we'll have some to start whenever we get there. Because we may as well. It's not like we're using the frickin' heavy oil for anything else. So we'll do that, and that's going to be groovy. Okay, so back to the project at hand here, which is to get plastic. Oh, we don't actually have the stop. I'm like, why is it not snapping to the thing? It's because we don't actually have the stop in there. It's simply a ghost. Ooh, spooky. And a cargo wagon, and this is going to be the plastic pickup. Plastic. The plastic pickup. It'll be really easy to get fuel for this guy over here. I guess what we'll do is we'll plan... And I know we can grab from the splitters, but it always feels a little crummy to me for some reason. I don't know. Oh, wait. No. I am wrong. I am wrong, because we need boxes. And we certainly want to do this with the inserters on both sides. Actually, I don't need the inserters on that side. I think they're technically a little faster, but not in any sort of, like, explicitly strong way. So this is the side where it's like, I could just have this grab directly from the splitters or from the underground ends, but that's going to be okay. So we know that this underground has to terminate in both these places. Drawing it from the top down is a little bit annoying. But we have a splitter there. Yeah, I just find it easier to start from the bottom. So you've got that, and you've got that. Excellent. I suppose if I remembered the amount of spaces, that would work as well. You go there. And we know we can save a part. Woo! Da-da-da-da-da. I like it. I actually came up with a proper thing. I'm sure we've done it before. The thing is, we were using that kind of frickin' four-way splitter before, and then people corrected me. I know there's always people that get frustrated when, you know, some things I do wrong because I'm an idiot, or mostly it's laziness and not caring. It's like, this is good enough, therefore that'll be it. Actually, again, here, I'm going to just save a little bit of more expensive words. More expensive stack inserters, because we don't actually need the speed of that in any way whatsoever. And this can just end this way. For some reason, I always like them, like, coming out like that, but I guess I'll just do that. So there's some things I do out of, like, weird habit and, like, visual preference or some goddamn thing like that. And there's some things I do because I'm lazy. There's some things I do because I'm stupid. There's plenty of things I do because I got some wonky info at some point. Let's do that. That should be fine. This is not going to soak very much coal out of our main supply. We've got the limiter on there. Great. I guess I'll use another big one for that. Except I'm not going to stand on it because that would be not helpful. We'll get a couple of lights in there for nighttime. Hawkin' duckin'. We still don't have any real plastic production right now. We just have the one set, which is going to be fine to get us started, and then we'll figure out our real production later on. But let's get this organized. Now, I don't know if the plastic... well, the plastic drop-off's on the list. I don't know if it's reachable until empty. Let's get on the train. And let's go to the plastic drop-off. Indeed, it is not reachable. I think because we never finished that station. Or we never finished this. That's also possible. I'm going to allow for the possibility it's because I never finished this bit. I could have just figured out the spacing, but I was worried that I'd just fuck it up. See? So I'm just going to build from here. Be nice if you could just hold it here, but that doesn't work. Click, 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 click. And yeah, I'll go ahead and still. So I don't know if it's gonna be able to make this corner. Never mind. I was gonna say I'll still curve it like this just to give us more space over here, but I guess not. I guess what we're actually gonna do is have this one come up this way and like that, and then we'll. Whoa. Okay, so apparently, yeah, my whole other drop-off is done. All we gotta do is replace that, because I removed the wrong component at some point, and then not get smashed by a train. Goodbye. I want to take care of that. Perfect. We'll go ahead and get in the extra signals over here, so that if we have multiple trains waiting and whatnot, you, and then, do I have one as a placeholder over here? Right there? Is that long enough? Yeah, clearly it is. So, whoa! I guess it doesn't take long to unload like 3 pieces of plastic. Okay, now I'm going to get back on the train one more time. Right, oh! Yeah, I have to start these from the other side. Because I was just looking at the shape of, you know, the cover, but that's not the direction. There we go. Okay. That's what happens when you build this shit backwards. Alright, I want to ride over here. Woo woo! Signal blocks seem to be okay-ish. This is unloading here. Whoa, I'm gonna die. Okay. You're doing that. And yeah, you do seem to unload slightly faster with the stack inserters. Just because you grab faster. You don't place any fast. I don't know. I guess the stack inserters on both sides of this, whether it's the input or the output, I guess would be a little faster, but I don't know. We'll see. If there's a slight bottleneck for the loading there, we'll see, but mostly the boxes, I don't know. It should be the actual thing that goes from train to box or from box to train that is the most significant time sink. So I think we can afford to wait a little bit. So, I think it was last episode, sort of like, we had to sort of figure this out. Again, I might be dreaming, but I'm pretty sure these numbers have been tweaked from previous. I might be completely on crack, though. It's entirely possible. So we have steady plastic coming in now, which means we have steady production of red circuits. There's nothing stopping us from producing as many circuits as we have the parts for. The actual production time is pretty slow. I think we definitely will want to prioritize getting the other block up and running. I kind of dig this. This is still a little bit silly. Maybe the better way to, like, avoid this whole sort of structure here would have been to... You could get, like, the copper in line. You could do an underground thing. I don't know. It's fine. There's probably something in the comments. I'm a little bit ahead of you guys still. Whatever. We'll just use it. It's going to be okay. And this is the input for the green circuits and the plastic. I don't think we need ridiculous amounts of throughput for the green, but I will nonetheless go ahead. Is this a big one? It's a medium pole. I guess it does have to be here. I will nonetheless, I was going to say, oh, right, I've got 4 lines here. I was going to say, you know, split this into 4 and blah, 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 blah. No, I got all the freaking lines. We're good. We're good, except I didn't grab any goddamn red belts. My car's right over here, though, somewhere. Up there. Okay. Well, we can at least finish this station while we're here. Didn't have any goddamn red belts. It's probably why I was in that northern area in the first place, where I, like, made my 4-way balancer tests. It was probably to grab some red belts. There we go. Okay, there we go. Nope. See, it sort of looks right, but it's like one too far. That's good. To there. Excellent. And we've got rail signals on the exits. Chain signals on the entrances. And later on, we can chain signal the inside just to allow a little bit more trains to go through without any confusion. But for now, I'm just going to worry about the parts. Okay, so at least that's done. That was already called the red circuit pickup, which is good. Let's get ourselves some red belts. I think the best way to do it will be to go around the north here. Just because I'm going to have to wiggle-woggle through less of my own factory to get there. Yes, wiggle woggle is a word. Do we want to pick up ammo? I think I've got a bunch in the car. But I may as well just, like, grab a ton of it. I think I actually got rid of, like, yeah, the limitation on how much ammo could sit in this box. And I'm okay with that. Oh, that's the fuel. Okay. I was like, why are my hit points showing so low there? But no, that's just fuel. Alright, let's do that. I got tons of grenades. Grenades are good. I've got tons of blue assemblers. Redonkulous amounts. And red inserters are over here. Boom. I wonder if I do actually want to pick up more than just 400. I don't know. That last yellow belt in there. Pick that up. Because I could just change this. You know what? I'm going to change it to like 600. Because we go through them pretty quick when it gets there. Choo-choo train. Dropping off steel, although it's not going to drop off much because this is... Oh, we could actually pick up some steel. And just pick up from here. That's going to be plenty. Because I think we were out, and we're going to want some for more of these storage tanks and whatnot. I was noticing that when we were doing the lubricant thing. That, oh yeah, I don't have any steel for storage tanks. And that was the reason I couldn't make more than one chemical factory either. Okay, let's try not to get smooshed by a train. Whee! All right, we'll park right in here. Whoa! I can't believe I haven't died from a train yet. I'm doing this so just very cavalier with my approach to life and death. So you will sneak past. This one will not. This one will. So it's going to be okay, but yeah, we'll just drive one underground. May as well go as far as we can. Get the value out of our goods. And this... I don't know. I don't know what that's going to end up with, but let's go and do that to just there. And then you can go as far as you want. Like that. And you're going to go that way, that way. These will obviously fit into... Well, they'll need to balance to a set of 4. And a 2 to 4 is just a little wonky if they're not touching. So we can just do that to that to that. And that. And then we need a plastic that comes in here. Like that. Still have to plug in the rest. You're going in there. Excellent. And you need... Oh, right. I just hand-fed in the copper plates. I'm like, what? Yeah. Okay. Where do we get the copper from? Right, we don't actually have... We don't actually have what we need here necessarily. I guess what we're going to do... I have, alright, I don't have a recipe for it. Let's, right? I'm not wrong? No. What's in this book? Oh, yeah, that's okay to keep around. That, yeah. We'll want that later for things. Well, not with yellows, actually. You know what? F this blueprint. How do I just destroy it, I guess? New blueprint. There you go. So this is the 4x8 red. Boom. So, first of all, we're going to Drop this blueprint into our book. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to break this apart. Ah! Go for a little ride is what we're going to do. Pick up a bunch of copper plates, which is going to fill up our inventory, but I guess that's fine. And there we go. Rotate and do that. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. Can't believe it's only the 4 splitters. But I mean, it's only in a sense got 50% throughput, so it's reasonable-ish, I guess. And then the 2 underground belts like that. Oh wait, no, there's all the splitters over here. Okay, that makes way more sense. And I guess those go that way. I guess I can sort of see the arrows. No. That goes that way. I misread that. Okay, I think we're there. And what I'm going to do is actually say, you're doing that. You're doing that. Yay, more copper plates. These 2 will be going into another green circuit thing, but these 4 are going to be making a big U-turn and feeding into my red circuit area. I don't think we actually need this much copper, but we may as well get the whole thing in here. Mostly this set is going to be backlogged, and most of it's going to feed into the green circuit area, but that's going to be okay. So I think there'll be enough space to get everything working here, so that's going to be fine. We will have to probably shift over, because we can't... we might be able... The red undergrounds go pretty... Yeah, not that far. Okay. So right here, we'll do just a scooch of a shift over. I might want to leave a gap, but honestly, I don't know that there's anything I need to leave a gap for there. And this way we have a gap here, so it's 6 1/2 dozen of the other. Okay. Feed you in this way. Little scoochy do. Like that. Okay. So you're ending up over here. So, part of me doesn't want to rebuild this, but the other part of me says, you're going to be in my way from this particular pattern. I mean, what we're doing here is we're sort of creating a secondary bus. Actually, that's very much what we're doing. There's going to be a slightly bigger gap between the copper and the green circuit sort of buses than in an actual bus, but because you only need 2 in between. But we needed the space to get around here. So, yeah, I think we will go and blow all this up and rebuild it in this particular sort of style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cut in here. I'll rebuild this area to match that area, which seems to be perfectly sufficient as far as I can tell. And then next episode, we'll just keep expanding on this. We'll have to figure out how we're going to route the plastic to not be in the way. You know what? I'm gonna do something slightly backwards. Yeah, no, it'll be fine because I'll be grabbing one of these copper lines here, another copper line here, and by the time we get to here, because one copper line is gonna go off this way to feed these guys. By the time we get here, we'll only have 2 copper lines. There'll be plenty of room to just scrooch around this and not be a problem. So they won't all be straight lines or whatever, but that's gonna be okay. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.